I don't have a slide. That's my bad. But I do have a 42T with a real Thayer valve. We'll talk about this in a later video. I just haven't played yet today, so I'm not going to play in the intro. It's Aiden / Aiden. If you want a lesson with me, check out the link in the description. Otherwise, let's talk about the Dunning-Kruger Effect. I'm pretty sure I've talked about this exact thing in a previous video. I don't know, maybe you guys will find it on YouTube or something. I just want to bring it up again because I keep noticing it in myself. Not necessarily others, even though obviously it does happen to basically everybody, but I keep noticing it in myself. So, let's talk about it. Just give a quick overview of the Dunning-Kruger Effect. It's a cognitive bias that was kind of defined, maybe not discovered, but kind of put into paper by the psychologists Dr. Dunning and Dr. Kruger in 1999, only 20 years ago, which I think is surprising. For some reason I thought the study of this was a lot older, like the 60s, 50s or 60s or something like that. But it's not, only 20 years old. Basically stating that the less you know about something, the more you think you know about it. And there's always like the famous graph. It starts out at the bottom at 0, and it goes whoop, goes way up here, and then it takes a big old dive, and then it kind of slowly goes back up until the end of time. This axis, the up and down, whatever this is, y-axis, is how much you think you know about something, and this is how much you actually know about something, or like time put into something, or whatever it happens to be. So maybe talking about theoretical physics, just for example, you read one introductory book about theoretical physics, and you go, wow, you know what? I get everything. This is how the universe is put together. I'm pretty smart. And then maybe you're going to school for theoretical physics, and you take a bunch of classes, and you're like, oh, wow, this is really complicated. There's like a lot of math and all these theoretical things and stuff I don't really understand. And eventually you go on to get a postgraduate degree, and you teach college or whatever, and it kind of goes slowly up from there, and you actually do know some stuff about theoretical physics, and you think you know stuff about theoretical physics as well. And a lot of people get stuck at that first peak. Some people call it idiot's peak. I don't think it's an idiot thing so much. It's just kind of like, it's easy to get stuck there because it's kind of nice to be there, where you haven't really put in a lot of time, but you feel really good about the time you put in. And then there's a lot of us that are kind of stuck down on the bottom, where we've put in some work on something. For me, it's trombone and music. This happens to me all the time. You put some work in, you feel like you've done some stuff, but on the grand scale of things, you're like, wow, I'm really bad at this, and I want to be over here somewhere, but it's just going to take a lot of work, and it just kind of feels awful. So why do I bring this up? Because, I mean, you can even watch my videos, even probably the most recent ones I've put up, and find examples of me stating things that I think are just totally true. Even though I don't have a lot of experience, or don't have a lot of like study or etc. into those things. Maybe it's breathing or articulation or talking about orchestral style or what have you. Even equipment, like, I think I have a pretty good experience with equipment. I've had a lot of trombones and stuff, but I'm not someone who has worked at Shires and fit people for trombones and worked with all these different things. I don't make instruments. So I really don't know that much. I'm probably, after the peak at the top of the first part of the graph, I'm probably just a little bit down from that. I don't really know that much, but I think I know that much. So I just want you guys to be aware of your implicit biases, the things that you think are true, when it comes to things that you might not have a lot of experience in. And really, not so you can call out other people and be like, ha ha, Dunning-Kruger Effect, you're not that smart. But to really look into yourself and be like, wait, am I right? My problem is a lot of times I'll dismiss advice from a certain source because I'm like, you know what? I know better than that. This is the way I do it. And a lot of times I'll look back at it later and be like, I'm an idiot. That was totally correct the first time.